Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and another video here. Today we are going to revisit a series that I started when I first started my YouTube channel almost, well actually it has been 3 years I think at this point. 3 whole years on YouTube. That's crazy. How am I not famous yet? I don't understand. I'm just kidding. I understand. So when I first started my channel, I had this really brilliant and very original and nobody's ever done it before idea called the color series, where I would go through every color of the rainbow, one video at a time, and just tell you from my collection, my top 10 favorite polishes in that colorway at that given moment. Now, it's like I said, it's been 3 years since I started this. I've already finished, the first go round, but since I started, even like as I was filming it, my collection grew exponentially. My tastes have changed drastically. And so I thought it would be fun to revisit, see where I'm at now, and do a quick comparison at the end. So I will be showing you 10 of my favorite reds from my collection, but then at the end, I'll also show you the 5, because in my first video, I only did 5 reds, because at that point I was like, I don't really have that many reds, nor do I really enjoy wearing red. So I only had 5, and then in future videos, I'll show you all 10. But you can kind of see what my tastes were 3 years ago, what they are now, is there any overlap, that kind of thing. Now, to avoid any kind of self-influence, I picked my 10 polishes, and then I went back and I rewatched that video to find the 5 that I had previously referenced, because I forgot already. Like, it's been 3 years. Don't worry about it. And it was so funny to watch me on camera 3 years ago, because I was like, I barely opened my mouth when I talk. I was like, hey guys, welcome to my channel. Like, very quiet. And now I'm clearly very comfortable in front of the camera, and I'm just like gesticulating wildly, and I speak with my mouth really open. I don't know why that stands out to me, but I just open my mouth really widely when I talk for some reason. I don't know. Maybe nobody else noticed that. Maybe I'm just self-conscious about something really weird that nobody thinks about, but here we are. But yeah, I looked so cute and weird in my little living room. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, let's check out what I believe are like my 10 favorite red nail polishes in my collection right now. And then I'll show you the 5 previous ones at the end. And these are in no particular order. I'm not like ranking them or anything, because you can't rank these things, How can you choose a favorite child? You can. I'm the password child. I'm the favorite child, but I can't choose a favorite child. So let's get into it. So the very first one I put down on my list was Moxy Truth. Now, if you ask me, what red do you recommend, before I even ask you like what finish, what type of red, this is the first red that's going to pop out of my mouth, because Moxy Truth it usurped a previous favorite red, which was Essie's Forever Yummy, which I do know that was on my first list. I love kind of like that candy shell red, that candy apple red. It's such like a match my lips to my nails, wear a black dress kind of a vibe. Like, it's just very classic to me. I'm not very classic. I can't pull off a classic look. I'm just too obnoxious for that. But it is so beautiful. It's such a beautiful red. And I think it looks really good with my skin tone, despite all the pink in it, Oh my God, there's still nail polish all over my hand. I forgot to screw the cap back on one of my Orleys, and I picked it up by the cap and flung nail polish everywhere, and so I just didn't feel like cleaning it off. That was like 2 hours ago. Oh well. But I remember, because Moxy actually reached out to me, and they were the first nail brand to ever reach out to me, ever ask if they could send me PR, and of course I was like, yes, absolutely. And so they sent me 4 of their colors, and this was one of them. And I remember opening the box and being like, oh, I'm gonna hate that one. And as I applied it, I was like, oh my God. It was like instant love as soon as I applied it to my nail. And that's why I try not to judge a polish by its bottle, because sometimes applying it to your nail, it just gives you a whole different feeling. And that's exactly what happened with Moxy Truth. And ever since then, it's just been my favorite red cream, like this candy shell red. It makes me want to go get some like M&Ms or something, because it's like that kind of beautiful, like I can just hear the crunch of the candy shell, you know? So that was the first one that I put on my list. I knew right away, like boom, number one, done. The second one that instantly came to mind when I was doing this little exercise was Butter London's La Moss, or LA Moss. I still don't know how to say it. This bad boy has a fill line, as you can see. This is a very dark, like ox blood type of color. I'm pretty sure the reason I bought this was because I used to watch Miss Holly Berry's, and she used to do like color favorites, and she would do like a few in the same color family to recommend, and I'm pretty sure this was one of them. She would always talk about oxblood specifically, and so I got this, and I really like wearing this around Thanksgiving and Christmas, specifically like the wintry type holidays when I'm with my boyfriend's family. I don't know why, like because his family's very New York and very like big city, and in New York, like the fashion style is like for like high-end fashion is very like a lot of black, a lot of like dark colors. It's not a lot of like crazy, it's not my style. Like I love the New York style, but I wear a lot of like really bright, obnoxious stuff. So in order to not be sticking out like a sore thumb, try to like just bring myself down a notch. And so I like to wear this when I'm with them, especially around Christmas. I don't know why. And we swap Christmases usually like between my family and his, or like we spend part of it with one and part of it with the other. But like his family lives further away, and so it's just like, it's harder to coordinate. I don't know why I'm telling you guys all this. I don't know. It's not important. This is the polish that I like to wear around my boyfriend's family around Christmas. That's it. That's the one. Really specific. The third polish on my list, it's so dumb. Like every time I talk about this, I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever bought, which is probably not true. I'm sure that I've bought dumber things, but this is Rouge Lu Vuitton by Christian Louboutin, and it is a hazard. I feel like if I ever had a child, I would have to like put an eraser at the top of this, because this is just like, it's a hazard. This is the only Christian Louboutin nail polish I have. I want the one that it's meant to paint under your nails so that you can get that like under the nail red color, but it's so unnecessary. The bottle it's art. It's stunning. It's beautiful. And I kept the silly little box that it came in. This is like a $50 nail polish. It's absurd to pay that much for a nail polish, but I wanted it. I don't know. This is my hobby. I can do whatever I want, I guess. I will never get rid of this. It's like, if somebody, like, I was like, if somebody tried to rob me and I was in my office, I'd just grab this and be like, huh, you know? It's perfect. It's nail polish and a weapon. Does anybody else just like think about that? Like, do you just have like wild scenarios in your head where you're like, if somebody tried to kidnap me, here's what I'd do? My boyfriend says it's not normal, but I think it's totally normal. The next one that I was like an instant add to my list is BKL's Fine Make Me Your Villain. And this one I got in August of 2021 polish pickup. And I'm pretty sure that was my first ever polish pickup, which means that this is my first ever Beezy Lacquer. Like, it's got the sticker label on it because I think at that time they couldn't get their like regular screen printed bottles or something like that. This is like a black to red multi-chrome, so I'm counting it as red. I feel like of all my black to red multi-chromes, this one appears far more red than black. So maybe I should say it's a red to black multi-chrome. I don't really care. So this one, I had always heard like, oh, Beezy Lacquer, they're so cool, they're so good. And I just never had purchased from them. And then I saw this one in the first polish pickup that I ever participated in. I was like, all right, let me give them a shot. And this opened, I don't want to say the floodgates, because as much as I loved Beezy Lacquer, I was too scared to really be one of the BKL girlies, because, man, they have an intensity about them that, like, the Holot Taco girlies, the Mooncat girlies, they don't have anything on the BKL girlies, okay? They're there. They've got like 9 computers open, ready on sale day to click on everything they want. Like, it's intense. And I just don't want to fight for nail polish. Like, I don't want to fight that hard. I just want to have a good little time. I mean, sometimes it's fun to, like, try to get in, but I don't want to get disappointed if I don't get something that I want. So I just kind of tried to stay away from that one. I did buy from Beezy Lacquer multiple times, but I usually waited for the initial rush, and then I was like, okay, let's see what's left. But yeah, this is one that's like near and dear to my heart, because it opened the door to the brand for me, and I really, really liked them. And they're back, but they're not back. I don't really know what's happening. I'm just here hanging out. Number 5 will probably surprise you. This is a Holot Taco, and this is Favorite Sister. I actually don't even care much for the frosted metal finish. I don't know what it is. It's not my favorite finish. However, this particular color in the frosted metal finish, it really got me. I bought it because I was, buying everything from Holot Taco, and I was like, well, I have to buy that. And I bought it knowing, like, oh, I don't like that, but I'll buy it anyways. But then I put it on, and I was like, wait a minute. This is like the perfect kitschy kind of Christmas color. It's so fun. It reminds me of a candy wrapper, because it's got that, like, that silver running through it. So it just reminds me of, like, the foil candy wrappers. And that tone of red is very, like, vintage Christmas to me. Kind of also reminds me of wrapping paper. And I've been trying to be more like Christmas cheer in the past few years. I feel like as a kid, I loved Christmas. So, I mean, what kid who grew up celebrating Christmas wasn't obsessed with Christmas as a kid? You get presents, it's fun. And then you hit this point where, I don't know, I just got very, I don't want to say bitter, but I just kind of like I lost the Christmas cheer. I lost the spirit. And I hated it, and I hate the cold, and I hate winter. It makes me so sad. And so I just really didn't like Christmas. And I don't know, I just remember, like, one day I was like we went to spend Christmas with Rob's family, and they live in Las Vegas. And so it was like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, and his family, like, they don't really celebrate Christmas that much. It's like Christmas is not a huge holiday in Korea in the same way that it is, like, in the US. It's like a very different vibe. New Year's is more important. And so we went there for Christmas because we just did. And we're, like, in the casino on Christmas, and I was just standing there, and I was like, this is weird. Like, I don't know. I was like, I miss my Christmas. And that was when I realized, I was like, I kind of want to get back into, like, the Christmas spirit and wear Christmas sweaters and bake Christmas cookies. And so this gives me that feeling, it gives me that, like, old school Christmas feeling. And so I got to host Christmas with my family at my apartment last year, and I'm doing it again this year. And I just want to do it bigger and better. I don't know. So maybe I'll wear this. That'll be fun. I'll be a cute little hostess in my Christmas sweater. I only own one Christmas sweater, and it's One Piece themed. So, all right. The next one I added is Cirque Colors Firecracker. And I usually don't like magnetics where the magnetic pole is in the same color family as the base. So, like, this has a red pole and it's a red polish. However, I felt like it didn't look too subtle, because, like, that's the problem with, like, the same color pole. Like, sometimes they just look so subtle that it just kind of gets lost. But I really like this. I mean, one, it was a do-good polish, and it, the money went towards, I can't remember what the charity was, but it was, like, for, I think it was called Welcome to Chinatown. And it was for, like, Asian businesses in Chinatown, New York, and just trying to help them, especially during the pandemic time. And so for me, that was an important cause to support, for one, but also, like, this is the perfect Lunar New Year color to wear. Like I said, in Korea, or at least in my boyfriend's family, I guess I can't speak for all of Korea, Christmas is not really significant, but New Year is. New Year is a big deal. And so, like, that's when we pull out all the stops. And so I wanted a color to wear for New Year's for my boyfriend's family. I don't know. It's the things that we buy nail polish for is sometimes so high. Maybe it's just me, but it's very hyper specific. So it's like, I wear this for Lunar New Year every year now that I have it. I will say though, the magnetization, I don't know if it's a problem with the polish or just my ability to apply magnets, but it does kind of, I always say it blows out. I don't know if everybody else says it like that, but it blows out after like a day. So it's still there, but it's just not as like sharp and crisp as when you first apply it. I've tried it with magnetic top coats, like the special magnetic top coats. It's still, after a day, day and a half, it's like, eh. So apply it fresh. Next, I have another cream, and this one's kind of an older one. Well, I mean, it's only a couple years old, so is it really that old? But this is Orly's Can You Dig It? And this came out in, I believe, a summer color pass. And it was just all these kind of dusty, very 70s colors. And this was kind of where I maybe got the first inkling that perhaps that I do enjoy a red here and there. This is a very pink leaning red. So say what you will, but like, I really like this like dusty rose type of tone. I think it looks good on me, even though I do have like pinker tones in my skin. Sometimes reds and pinks can look a little funny on my skin tone just because of that pink pull. And then other times they look great because of like the paler, why am I like holding my hand like this? Because of the paleness of my hands. I don't know. So it's very hit or miss, you know, but this is just a really, really pretty, dusty, professional looking color, but it still has that bright kind of personality to it. You know, it's like, it's still got some fun to it. It's not just a plain nude. And that's really what I like it for, is it's like something that I can wear when I have to be a little bit more subtle or chill, but it still gives me a little bit of personality to shine through, you know? Now the next three, this wasn't even intentional, but the next three are kind of similar in why I like them. Two of them are newer to my collection though, so I just wanted to like address that. Yeah, I know they look very similar, but I have a type, okay? So this one I got from November 21 polish pickup. This is Kathleen Co's King Me, and this is like a red, kind of like an apple red base, and it has little black flake shards. And you guys know me and a black flake shard. And if you don't, after these next two, you'll know me and a black flake shard, because I love them. There's just something about those little black flakes in a color. It's like such a high contrast, and it looks so cool. The theme of this polish pickup was board games, or just maybe games, I believe. I can't remember. But King Me, like, this is perfect. The perfect little checkers color. I loved it. When I was a kid, my dad taught me how to play checkers, and then he taught me how to play chess. But like, I loved playing board games with my dad. We played board games. Me, my brother and sister, and my dad all really loved playing board games together. Well, I don't know if my dad did, but he always played them with us. I'm assuming he did. My mom could not pay attention long enough to play a board game, so we didn't really play board games with her unless it was Monopoly, which weirdly she could play Monopoly, which is the longest board game of all of the mainstream board games. But yeah, so this kind of just reminds me of sitting on the floor with my dad and playing checkers, and it's a cute one. It's so cute. Love that. The next two are new, like this year, or just in the past couple months to my collection. And they are also reds with black kind of flecks running through them. So first we have Pinnacle Polish's Shinook Salmon. This was in their Great Lakes Fish Trio, I believe. This is a more like glittery red than the other one, but it still has those, it's got like black glitters actually. These aren't flakes, but it looks like the fish. Like it just, when you paint it out, it's very reminiscent of the Chinook Salmon, and I thought it was a great polish. This is probably, I know on camera it doesn't look super berry tone, but I feel like out of all the reds that I like, berry tones are not really my favorite, and this is the closest I'd probably get to loving a berry red. I feel like it's weird. I like berry red makeup, like eye makeup and lipstick, love a berry tone. Not a nail polish. For some reason, you'd think it would be the same, but it's not. I don't know why. So it's just a lighter toned red, and it's probably like the lightest, yeah, probably the lightest red that I would wear and be happy about it. And then the last of my 10 reds that are my favorite in my collection as of right now, as of October 13th, 2023. Oh, it's Friday the 13th, cute. Out of the 10 of these, this is the most recent red I've gotten, but I already love it. It's called the Sauce Family. It's from the September 2023 Polish Pickup, and it is by Sweet and Sour Lacquer. It is a like deep blood red when you paint it out. It's like, it looks a little bit darker in the bottle, but like it is kind of a jellyish finish. It has black flecks running through it and iridescent flakes, and it's just unlike any other red I have in my collection. It's really interesting. I love Sweet and Sour. I think that what they're doing is great. Like, just everything they put out lately, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I did just buy their Land Before Time collection. I don't even know anything about Land Before Time. I just bought it because I was like, usually if it's based on an IP and I don't know about the IP, but I like the polish, I still just won't buy it because I'm like, fake fan alert. Like, I don't know that stuff. Like, I feel weird about it. But this time I had to. So let me know if you guys want a review on that, because I don't know if I was going to do one or not. I haven't decided. But yeah, love Sweet and Sour. I thought this was really interesting. And it's on my Halloween rack because I want to wear it for Halloween time. October. That was hard to say. So yeah, those are the top 10 that are in my collection right now. So let's talk about 3 years ago, Hillary. What was she into? What was she doing? What did she like? So in order of how I listed them in the video, here's what we have. Just a quick rundown. So we have Essie's Forever Yummy, which I knew, and look at that fill line. So this is the one that ended up being kicked out by the Moxy nail varnish here. They're pretty similar. I feel like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. They're pretty similar, but I guess out with the old and with the new. I don't know. I still wear both of them. So I still stand by that one. Like, the Essie Forever Yummy is still a really good color. The second one I listed was Smith & Colt's Kundalini Hustle. Now, what was I thinking? Like, I don't know why I listed this one. I mean, it's a pretty red, but like, this bottle, stunning. I think I get drawn in by these bottles, but like, look at this. What is this, a nail brush for ants? Like, are you kidding me? This is for children. I think they don't exist anymore. I feel like I tried to look them up the other day and they didn't have polish anymore, but don't quote me on that. I'm not gonna fact check myself. So you guys don't quote me on that one. But yeah, this would definitely not, like, looking back, I'm just like, why? Hillary, you liked the bottle. That's what you really wanted, is the bottle. Number 3 was Ice Cream Nails My Bad, which is a red jelly. I haven't thought about this polish in like probably 3 years, to be honest with you. I love jellies, but for me, like, jellies are like something that I do in the summer. I wear these in the summer, and I think I got the Orly red jelly, and I just never thought about this one ever again. So I do love the bottles, but I haven't purchased from Ice Cream Nails in a couple of years at this point, just because it's like, they're very cute, but nothing's screaming to me. Nothing is ice screaming to me, you know? So again, not one that would make my cut. Number 4 was actually La Moss. So this was the only overlap between the last one and this one, and I stand by this polish. This is a great polish. It's beautiful. Does Butter London even still make polish anymore? I feel like nobody talks about Butter London nail polish anymore. I don't know. And then the final one on that list was Orly's StarSpangled. Again, we have a bit of a fill line. Now this one, I don't find myself like wearing these types of reds as much. It is a very pretty red, but to me this is very much a Christmas red or StarSpangled, like 4th of July type of red, and I'm not a big 4th of July person. This one though, it does have nostalgic feelings for me because when I moved to Japan to work, I flew Delta. Yeah, I flew Delta. And at the time, I don't know what the rule is now, but you could only bring 30 of any one cosmetic with you. Otherwise, it looked like you were like trying to sell it. So I had to pare down my nail polish collection, which at the time, it wasn't like massive, because I had like just started getting into collecting. But I had to pare down my nail polish collection and only bring 30 to Japan with me, which is like only 30 polishes. Oh my God, Hillary, how will you survive? So I sat down with Rob and I was like, you have to help me because I cannot be unbiased here. And so he helped me pick, and this was the first one he grabbed and was like, you need a good red, Hillary. Like you have to have a good red for when you want to go out. And I was like, what are you, my grandpa? Like, I don't know. That just seems like an old guy thing to say. So I brought this because of him, and I did end up wearing it quite a few times while I was there. Obviously, I have a fill line. I also brought Chinchilli, and I used all of Chinchilli up, and Essie's Mint Candy Apple. Those were 3 that and Orly's Mirror Ball. Those are the 4 that I remember bringing with me. I don't remember any of the other ones, but yeah. So this one has more like nostalgic feelings than anything. So I won't get rid of it, but I don't think that it will make my top, you know, whatever list anytime soon. So what do you guys think of like 3 years ago versus now? It's kind of funny to look at, like, I only did 5 and 4 of the 5 were some type of cream / jelly formula. Only one of them had glitter in it. And now out of the 10, 4 were still creams and then the other 6 had stuff in it. So you can see that I really, really like nail polish with stuff in it. Let me know what you guys thought, and I'm looking forward to doing pinks next. That one's gonna be hard because I love pink nail polish. I have 6 rings of pink nail polish. I love it so much. So that'll be hard to narrow down, but yeah. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. If you guys watched the original video, or if you haven't yet, go back and watch it and see how like timid I was in comparison to now. It's so funny. I feel like YouTube has really brought me a lot of confidence. Maybe that's a bad thing because I'm really obnoxious already. So anyways, that's going to be it for me with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.